Good morning, family. Today's topic is the great work of your life. And I'd venture that right now, not many people are really experiencing a sense of connection to that great work that they came here to do. I think that right now people are experiencing a sense of disconnection from their heart, from the truth within them, and the work that they came in to create. And I'm not entirely convinced that it's the great pause that's causing this. As a matter of fact, since we live in a vibrational universe of energy, I think it's important that we understand the concepts of dissonance and resonance. So resonance is that feeling of, I'm really in tune with that. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I'm in alignment with that. That's resonance. On the other hand, dissonance is that frequency of, I'm not feeling that at all. Often associated with the act of judgment, dissonance is that feeling that if you've ever been scammed or misled, and afterwards you say, I knew there was something not quite right. My heart told me that that rascal was no good. Dissonance is that feeling of disconnection. It's important for us to understand that we are energetic beings and that we live in a vibrational universe. Many of us are energetically sensitive and we are attuned to energy at a higher rate than maybe the average person. The challenge is that we don't know it. We often become magnetized, like rubbing a magnet on a needle, and now the needle becomes a magnet. We become magnetized. We become attuned to the energy that we acquire from our environment. An example of this is that we may be watching someone on television or on social media that just kind of rubs us the wrong way. And then we become attuned to that frequency. And like reflectors of energy, we will then carry those frequencies, those vibrations of dissonance into our environment, impacting those around us. The Dalai Lama reminds us in a quote that when others are suffering, what else can they share with the world but their suffering? And if we don't know this, and we don't know that we don't know it, we are highly susceptible to judging it and then becoming infected, like a thought virus. But I digress. This concept of dissonance that I'm talking about is infectious, and it can make us forget. Oftentimes you'll hear people say, that man almost made me lose my religion. What they're referring to is that this dissonance, this frequency, it can make us disconnect from our heart, from that place of truth within us. Make us forget the light that is shining on that great work that we came here to do. If we were to examine these concepts of dissonance and resonance on a scale, we would see dissonance on the far end, representing that which we do not want. That is something we want to turn away from. And yet, there's an attractive force. It calls us if we're not aware of it. On the other end of the spectrum is dissonance. Is a resonance. It's that frequency of light, of love, of laughter, of joy, that which we want. This is what we want to create in the world. The master teacher, Jesus the Christ, in speaking to Pontius Pilate, gave us a very powerful insight about the Christ presence within us. This is in John 18:37, when Pontius Pilate is talking to the master teacher. Jesus answered, "Thou sayest that I am a king. To this end was I born, and for this cause came I into the world, that I should bear witness to the truth. Everyone that is of the truth hears my voice." And we know where that voice is. It is within us, for we are created in the image and likeness of that magnificent Christ presence. And in order to hear it, we must hold on to the frequencies of resonance, of joy, of light, of laughter, of that great work that is within us. I am hearing these words say that when I am in resonance, I can hear the voice within. I can listen to my heart and hear the frequency of that great work that I came here to do. So the question I have for you this morning is, what disturbs your peace? What is it that creates that feeling of dissonance inside you, cutting you off from listening to your heart? What is it that you cannot be with? What is it that disturbs your peace, that keeps you from participating in that divine romance within? Are you listening or romancing the stone of that hard-heartedness, the judgment of something that you see or perceive as wrong and should not be? Or are you listening to the voice of the one power, the one presence, the one love, the one truth, setting up its great work inside of you to be a reflector for the world, for your environment, for your life, your love, your great work? I'm inviting you right now to just take a moment, to just turn within to that secret and sacred place. Breathe in through your heart and say, "Dear heart, speak to me. What is your truth? What is the great work that I am called to do through you?" Namaste, family.